All right, my name is Eric Richards. This is speech number 1, introduction of a loved one, and I'm going to count the grown-ups from left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the camera person makes 10. There you go. All right, that's the first painting, so we're starting. All right, good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to thank you for showing up today, and it really warms my heart to see everyone here pitching together to make sure that we have 10 adults today for today's speech. I was tasked earlier in this term and semester of my class, the speech class, to give an introduction of loved one. And as soon as I was given that introduction task, I immediately thought of one person. Many would say that I thought of this simply because of a default reason, but initially I thought of this one person basically because over the many years that I've known her, she has stayed by me and is the epitome of why we should never abandon love. It's a privilege to be here in front of you today and then to introduce this loved one to you. It is a great honor and a respect to be able to introduce a loved one to people that may not know them, or to even further introduce them to people who do know them but at a deeper level. I've known this person for 17 years of my life, or exactly half of my life now, and through that time you become quite the expert, so your credibility of this person grows with each new year. You find out more and more things about this individual, and so throughout many years that I've known her, we've grown together, and we've also gotten to know each other on many, many deeper levels than we had initially met. Like I said before, love should not be abandoned. Many times today, unfortunately, people become engaged and get married, and then they grow together, and then once a few bumps hit in the road, they decide it's too difficult to either submit to their own pride and then work through these problems and then advance forward in the relationship. The easy way is to let go. And what I've learned through my 17 years with this loved one is that the stronger you get is kind of based through the many times and trials and tribulations that you've gone through. Our journey started in 1995 when I was working as a bag boy at Winn-Dixie in Callahan. And we've got a new cashier that came into the store, and she was immediately an interest of mine due to the fact that her personality was so different than anyone else's that I knew. She was very excited, and she thrust herself into all kinds of jobs and would go and get this and that with a smile on her face, and she would never turn down an opportunity to do something for the store or anything else, which at my young age and teenage angst looked at as weird, because I was exactly the opposite. Soon after meeting her, she told me that she needed a ride home, and she couldn't get a ride home, and to this day this is widely disputed as being a scam to give her a ride home, while others agree that this might have been perpetrated as a plot. Still, some confess that this truly was a need that had to be met. After going home and taking this loved one home and meeting her family, I knew at that point that there was a bond there that would be hard to break. Shortly after graduating high school, this loved one joined the military, and I stayed at home locally and worked, and then she eventually moved away, went into that military, and then I eventually joined the military as well, and such as life normally does, we were pulled back together through visits and everything like that. And the old saying goes, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back to you, it's yours forever, and if it doesn't, it was never meant to be. During our stint in the military, we grew farther and farther apart. The distance became difficult to handle. And so this loved one and I chose to make a clean break and go in separate directions. It was shortly after that we realized that we would not be happy anywhere else, and then we chose to become married. My wife and I were married in 1998, and since then we have 5 beautiful children, and that I look at every day, and I ask myself, had I changed any of these decisions that I made, had I took the easy route, quote unquote, and decided to move on, I would not have the family or the life that I have today. My wife has given me many, many opportunities. She's pushed me and helped me to strive to do and accomplish acts and feats and goals that I never would have had I not been with her. And I love her very much. My wife, Christina, is the loved one that I am choosing to introduce today. And in closing, I'd like to say that, love should not be abandoned, because when you work hard for the love that you have and you fight through all the turmoil and the heartaches and the struggles, you go stronger and deeper, and the benefits greatly outweigh the hit that you take in your pride and the pain you may feel at the time. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce my wife, Christina. That's
Get in your bag.
We're done.